life is over. When I was all alone, you came and changed how I feel. Let me cook. Only you understand me, you fill me up completely. And when I'm self-destructive, you make me feel so pretty. You always pull me closer to let me know that it's real. When I look at you, baby, I get overjoyed. I feel it inside me. But finally, I'm happy to be. Cause I got love with your baby. I figured out why I'm smiling. Nothing can stop me. Finally, I'm happy to be. I wanna thank you for taking me as I am. Need you to know that I'm your number one. You see the silver lining when I'm in the trenches. You stand beside me with your patience and forgiveness.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Get to the front. I want the money, the cash, the pool at the bag, the currency stacking it up. We want the freedom to live and the freedom to have. The things will be lacking, my bro. So what are we lacking? I can point it down so much that's a.
Here we go. Go.
Sanders now to the air right away. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
1 yard
I
gain.
think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
That's good.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Ready? Panther 11. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Sanders. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big pickup of 38.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
10 at the 20-yard
So a
line.
big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for first and 10.
Ready?
Here's Sanders. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. No gain on the screen there at second down. Well, the Vikings hit a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Here's second and 10.
Ready?
On play action, here's Shador. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the offense. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he brings us this out past the 20 to the 24.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at their own 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up second down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
it's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard. But sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This defense for the Vikings very strong in that victory a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now a second and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3-and-out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. In good position to start out as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick 6. Pushing his way through. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 to the first.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. You look at his defense for the Vikings. They're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes and prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Play action. It's Sanders. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he works free. Still going. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 62 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big pickup of 38. 21-0 our score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff, Barkley running left. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And they let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
3rd and 1, who you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man, hand him the ball, and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Barkley inside handoff. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
They'll set up a screen for Dillon. And they do get him down, but not before he's He's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Great, set. Anyway, Silver, set.
Barkley is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, this had not been the greatest of first halves to this point. They've been pretty well dominated in all phases of the game, so this was an important drive just to show they can move the football and finish. And now they're on the board here on the touchdown run.
Elliott good with a PAT, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard
line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not. Sanders has it poked free. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Remaining in this first half of football. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Hey, let's go. Trim it.
Here's Barkley. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Cougar 19.
Sanders. And his throw here's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Here we go. Set. Like 19 Lions. 18 Pioneer.
From the gun on third down, Sanders. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 3.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and it's now 21-17. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Let's go now.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Ready?
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Number 44 now. Here's second and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Buffalo 18. Let's go. Cowboy 80. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Ready.
Out of the gun here, Sanders. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
48-yard line.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point, and now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
A quick throw here out to Brown. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Rodgers to return it. 31 yards on the punt there. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
To throw is Sanders. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi picks up his second sack of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
70 Timberwolves.
From the shotgun, Sanders. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he has another first down as they get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. 23 yards the pickup there. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, it's Shador. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly.
Justin Jefferson, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Have 3 touchdown passes. He looks comfortable when they do anything in particular.
We keep talking about making sure they're getting in place, that fit his talents, and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. With Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now?
Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
That's good.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Zach Ball there on the tackle. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keeping the short gains to make the fundamental tackle.
And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw now, here's Sanders. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their 1st, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Let's go now.
Off the bootleg, here's Sanders. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From just shy of midfield, Hurts. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
73.
He'll look to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Easy, 63, back.
They'll look to throw here. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. No reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th. So the 4th down conversion sets him up with this. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer. 63. Man. Delta.
Gets this out quickly to Dotson. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Dotson in motion right. Hurts. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. There he goes again. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 32 yards. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
Eagles 24. Jake Elliott.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Come on.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
34-yard line.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Sanders. To Jefferson on the slant. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll be brought down at the 42-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Sanders going to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Chandler. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. And here's Ryan right now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. So no gain on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Up the middle of Barkley. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Here's Hurts to throw. That is Cody. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And it's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Open man is Goddard, the tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
What a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Here's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Man open left side is Brown. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
No touch that.
He'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Third down and goal. 3-yard line.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know, it doesn't
feel right.
Exactly.
And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he will have a Viking first down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. Strike. 70 Timberwolves. Go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got this to Jefferson. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from, working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Vikings, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
You ain't never been escape town. On national, you know it go down.
Kilo Ali Flow.
Everybody's got a song called Rockstar, running up the pop charts, all they do. I've been Houdini with my commas, my mama getting all these new tattoos. And I ain't saying that I'm Nickelback, kicking it in Cali with today's Susu, but everybody's got a song called Rockstar. Lately I've been feeling like one, so I wrote one too. And it goes like
what's happening? What's happening? Hey, it's your boy Lil Jon. The Make Your Me Click. What's up, Phony? What's happening? What's up, Sean Paul? What's happening? Hey, now ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time now. Turn this thing on out. Now let me see everybody do this.